Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to The Dose. Dose. Yes. Magic Man Mark Hutchins here, joined by Jereme, Kleven.
Ooh, a couple powerful
the
ones.
Dolphin, and the man behind the glass.
The dolphin trainer behind the glass.
Mr. Byron Filson.
Okay.
You can quote him. And back in the house for a sad but final day, Nick Yale. Thanks for joining us again, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Been a great series, though. For those that haven't listened to these so far, you need to go back and listen to them either on the text or SoundCloud, iTunes, maybe post it on FB. But good stuff, good nuggets so far. We always love things that people can go do right now. So what's your excuse?
Zero. So let's dive right on in. Dive in.
Talking teams today.
We were talking teams.
Jack talks teams
real
well.
Talk team real good. So maybe tell us how you assembled it.
Why
the team?
Yeah.
Well, it's simple, quite frankly, economics. As a single agent, you can only do so much. I started to lose my hair in my early 30s. And
You're talking to the wrong two guys.
No, I think the reason why was because I started pulling my hair out and I went, this has got to stop.
Yeah.
Because you can only do so much business. And as a single agent. And so I started with hiring an assistant, a full-time assistant. I woolly underpaid her, and she gratefully accepted it. But she handled starting with just doing our transactions, handling the paperwork and the follow-up.
Huge.
And it took time off my plate so that I could focus on building the business and doing more lead generation. And so that was really where it started.
You said 5 years ago, right?
About 6 years ago. Yep.
Okay.
And
someone's got to keep everybody fed, right? Keep the lights on.
Well, it's funny. The first couple weeks that she worked for me, like, it stressed me out. I would go home and then I would make a list for her for the next day, and I would stress out.
Make sure you're utilizing her time.
I got to make sure that I get my ROI out of it.
Right.
And I learned very quickly that employees don't like that. They like to be able to own their own domain. And so she came to me and she's like, "Yeah, these little notes you leave me are great, but let me take my job."
Yeah.
And so it was great because from there, she said, hey, I'm going to handle the flyers and I'm going to handle doing the postcards and I'm going to handle this database for you. And we talked about creating through Top Producer, coming up with a CRM. And I said, I have to do something because I was using like Outlook or something and it was pitiful. And so I said, okay, well, I need you to look at this CRM, and report back to me at the end of the week and let me know which one we're going to go with. Which was probably not the best way to do it, but she came up with the idea of which one she wanted to do, and then I did the one I wanted to do, which is the power of being the boss. But it was great because it took that research off my plate and the pros and cons. And
initial pre-qual of the systems, right? Sure.
Yeah. So it started with that, and then as we started to get more and more leads in, excuse me. We found that, even though I was generating more leads, but I'm still only one person. And so I brought on a agent who was somewhat new in the business, been in the business for a couple of years, knew enough to get themselves in trouble, but needed some leads. And so I started funneling some leads over to him. And then from there it drew into, he got really busy and I was busy. And so we both talked about the fact that we hated showing houses, and that's when we decided to hire Karen. And Karen came in as a showing agent. And I do want to stress, it's not that I hate buyers. I don't hate buyers.
No, we get you.
It's
just not the best use of your time.
Yeah. And, but Karen loves doing that. And so I affectionately named her my lockbox jockey. And so, she goes out and shows the houses. And that took additional time off my plate. And so anything that we could do, and I made each person throughout the years, maybe for a week, once a year, we'll sit and write down everything that we do every 15 minutes for a week. And then we'll look through that list, that big yellow pad over the end of the week and go, what are we doing that is redundant? What are we doing that can be automated?
So write down in the functions all week long, every 15 minutes, what you're doing on that 15 minute.
Yep. And then by the, by the end of the day or the end of the week, you're able to say, and a great example is that I found that every time we took a new listing, we had to send out the spuds, send out the clue report so that we could get those items back, right? And I said, well, if we're doing this for every single listing, this can be automated. And so now in our top producer system, when we put in a listing, it automatically sends out an email to our client and attaches the spuds and clue and says, hey, in order to get this on the market on new listing Thursday, we need to get these disclosures signed from you. So smart. And it's automated now. So now I don't have to worry about it. Sarah doesn't have to worry about it. It's just something that's done.
What you can't eliminate, you delegate.
Or automate.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's smart, though. I like going back to what you said with the every 15 minutes, write down what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because people would be absolutely shocked to find out what they're writing down.
Facebook.
Well, it's almost like with the diet.
I just
Facebook,
had a little logo for Facebook.
Yeah, you just put the Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg's name right there.
Right.
Was there somebody that you got that from or learned that from? Was that something you just kind of came up, let's just roll this? Because I'm curious. I mean, I used to have to turn in what I did on a daily basis. We've talked about a stopwatch
too.
But the stopwatch. But that's interesting, though, to literally pencil it down.
I went to a conference years ago, and there was this real estate agent from, I don't know, Louisiana or something. She wore a purple hat everywhere she went. She had a great Southern accent. And she was talking about building her team. And she's got a team of 8. And she said that she hired her first assistant, and she said she made her follow her around. And she said, here's how this is going to work, all right? You're going to do everything I have to do. And at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you the things that I hate doing. And everything I hate doing, you're now going to do. and so that new assistant got everything she hated to do. And the way the story goes is that then the assistant then hired an assistant, and she got to walk that assistant around and go, you're going to write down everything I hate to do, and then you get to do all that stuff I hate to do. And so she goes, now my whole team of 8, everybody's happy except the last guy that got hired. But it really made it kind of, I came back to the office, I was like, we got to do this.
Yeah.
Because, if you're doing things that you don't like doing, you're going to put it off, and you're going to sit on Facebook for all day.
It's so well put and so simple.
So how about in a normal day-to-day or normal week? How do you track those things as well? I mean, I know for a week process doing the every 15 minutes, but we always find a challenge. We've talked on the dose here, lead measure versus lag measure. The lags, the scoreboard, the results, the closings, tracking those lead measures, those activities, or a way to kind of almost like a running scoreboard of those activities. Anything you have on that?
Well, I mean, it's no secret that what you do today is going to affect you 30, 60 days from now, especially in this business. If you hold an open house today and you pick up a buyer and you can sell them a house today or tomorrow or next week, chances are you're going to eat in 60 days, right? Yes. That's how our business works. And so, when I take a vacation and I'm gone for 2 weeks, I know that in 60 days from now, it's going to be a lean month because I was gone for 2 weeks. That's kind of the nature of the business.
And it's tough to keep focused. Well, it's tough to keep
keeping that machine going, like you said. The machine's still going when you leave, right?
People could
I like it.
Yeah. Maybe you go on vacation, but you had a few closings that month, and everyone thinks that, oh, well, life's good. I'm on vacation. I got closings. The checks are rolling in. But like you said, if the focus isn't on those lead measures predicting what's going to happen 60 days down the road, right? I mean, having the focus on that.
Right. Well, and I'm always been an office agent. I have a private office and I go to it every day.
Go to work.
Yeah. Because if I work from home,
I don't.
I just couldn't. I would watch Oprah and do dishes. So I go to
Oprah and dishes.
I will watch Oprah. I will not do dishes. But I go to the office every day, and I'm very regimented in that. And my assistant, I make her come to the office every day. Could my job be done poolside? Sure. Could her job be done poolside? Sure. Right. But we work better when we are there, and I think it also gives us focus. I often joke about agents that are the 2005 real estate agents, where you wake up at 8 and you have your coffee and you watch Good Morning America, and then you roll into the office at 10:30, and then you ask who's going to go to lunch with you, and then you go to lunch at 12:30 and you roll back at 1:30, and then you're like, oh, I haven't done anything today.
God, I miss those days.
And you still made $100,000.
Yeah.
Right?
That's like the song from
I miss those days.
From Wizard of Oz. We get up at 12 and start to work at 1, take an hour lunch, then at 2 we're done. 2005.
Yeah. And we're not in that world anymore.
No,
that's true.
No.
Some are.
Yeah, some.
But Yeah, but it's having a consistent, and that's one of the things that I love about the way we run our office of having like top producer, because it creates this to-do list every day. And so
that kind of is your running scoreboard.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? There it is, right? I mean, there's your lead measure scoreboard where everyone's accountable, everyone's tapped into the system. You're either in or you're out, right?
Right.
You know, so any other principles, you know, with your team, you know, anything maybe outside the box, anything you do differently? How'd you shape and form the team to kind of create what you have going on now?
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I learned the hard way was treating your business like a business. And one of the things that everybody hates about corporate America is all the damn meetings, right? Everybody complains in corporate America, we had a meeting for a meeting. And I was in real estate and I'm like, I'm not having meetings. And then I went, oh, wait, I'm running a business. So guess what?
Gotta meet.
We have a meeting every day. Sarah, Karen, and I sit down every morning at 9:15 and we have our meeting and we go over, you know, what listings do we have coming up? What buyers do we have working? Who's on the hotline? Who's going to be our next kill 30 or 60 days from now?
We're hunting.
Absolutely. We're hunter. Who's a hunter? Who's a gatherer? And having that meeting is paramount to our business. When we get really busy and we skip it for a couple of days, we all feel it. Yeah. So we have to do it. And it keeps us on track.
I love all that, man. You've really laid it down. So really simple things that you're implementing, and you just do it.
Good ideas.
You do it 10 times better than everybody else.
It's not rocket science.
It's not.
I went to Mesa Community College. It's not rocket science.
Don't discount yourself. Well, we always like to end with some fun stuff. So rapid fire. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite restaurant?
Ooh, so many. If you had to go right now, tonight, where do you want to eat?
Greeks on Indian School and 38th.
Delicious.
I've never even heard of it.
Delicious.
Oh,
we went there back a while ago for Natalie Rudka's birthday.
You get a gyro and a salad and a lemonade for like $6.99. It's amazing.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different place. This is an actual restaurant where you could break the plates and all that shit.
Oh, yeah. No,
okay.
So
you're
that
one I'd probably
you went. You think you were with us? Yeah.
No,
but anyhow, any good Greek places, I love Greek food. Okay, another one is who's your favorite real estate agent? Doesn't have to be in Arizona.
Other than Nicholas Yale.
Other than you.
You know, to be honest with you, my favorite real estate agent, and I'm going to get tweeted for this, I love Russell Shaw.
All right.
He's a crazy SOB, but I love him.
He's awesome.
And the reason why, and I'll tell you, is because he runs his business like a business. I don't even think the man owns a lockbox key, quite frankly.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
But he runs his business like a business. And
he's very smart.
And I think that's something that if more agents ran their business that way, we would be less known on the scale of used car sales.
I agree 100%.
You know, you'd be surprised.
100%.
Well, you're
Raise
probably
the
not.
bar.
Exactly.
And that's what we're trying to do here. You know, I mean, that's what the very point of the podcast is, to help people get these nuggets of information, these business, insights, and that can help us all raise the bar collectively. So,
well, know, you're probably not surprised, but you have very similar practices that Russell does.
Oh, excellent.
You do. Last question is,
because he won't live forever.
No,
and then
we hope so.
Favorite watering hole?
I'm a big wino, so I drink a lot of wine.
Postinos?
I do actually.
I do. I actually love Postinos. They have a fantastic brunch. Speaking of favorite restaurants, it's probably one of my favorites.
That's a good one.
Honestly, I'm a backyard kind of drinker.
I like it. Yeah. Comfort your home.
Yeah.
And then if you were a superhero, who would you be?
Ooh.
And why?
Ooh. See, my husband's going to yell at me for this because he's like a Star Wars freak. And
they're not really superheroes.
I thought William Shatner was in Star Wars, and apparently he's not.
How dare you?
I really don't know.
It's a tough one. It is. We love this question.
It's a tough question.
Yeah, people, it's just one of those things. Yeah.
Well, it's tough for me because I don't even know who the superheroes are.
Well, you can go old school.
I did go as
who were the ones when you were a kid?
Yeah. Would you go to Halloween as one year? I'm sure you had to have been a superhero.
I did go as the Green Lantern for a white trash party. True story. It was a superhero white trash party.
Okay.
And I went as a Green Lantern.
And why the Green Lantern?
I had a green bodysuit. Goes back to my story from the other day.
Convenience. So you apparently like convenience because you have people do things that you don't like to do. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy answer.
There you go.
Well, hey, man, I want to personally thank you for coming on. I mean, fantastic segment, guys. Again, SoundCloud, to get it, just type in My Home Group Daily Dose, myhomegroup.com/Daily Dose, iTunes. You can also text the number to the number 77948. Daily Dose, all one word. Thanks, man. You were a rock star.
Absolutely. Appreciate you as well.
Thank you.
Guys, have a great day. Go out there and get it. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
See ya.
See ya.